Welcome back. It's the corner. We're on part two for Wednesday, 29th, June 29th. Sorry, we're on Wednesday. We're on part two for Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. If you haven't listened to the first part, please do so. If you like what this channel stands for, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Like and comment if you wish, but preferably just share the content so more people are exposed to God's Word. Read from the Common English Version of the Bible. You can find that and other translations in the YouVersion app found in Google Play and the App Store, depending on your device. So let's pick up where I resumed, where I kind of erred in the beginning. We're going to really start from, in this part anyway, we're going to start from Leviticus 18. So I goofed in the first part. So here it is now, part two, beginning with Leviticus 18. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, I am the Lord your God. You must not do things like they are done in the land of Egypt where you used to live, and you must not do things like they are done in the land of Canaan where I'm bringing you. You must not follow the practices of those places. No, my regulations and rules are the ones you must keep in following them. I am the Lord your God. You must keep my rules and regulations. By doing them, no one will live. By doing them, one will live. I am the Lord your God." I'll start again from verse 5. You must keep my rules and my regulations. By doing them, one will live. I am the Lord. No one is allowed to approach any blood relative for sexual contact or to uncover a nakedness. I am the Lord. You must not uncover your father's nakedness, which is your mother's nakedness. She is your mother. You must not have sexual contact with her. You must not uncover the nakedness of your father's wife. It is your father's nakedness. You must not have sexual contact with your sister, regardless of whether she's your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether you're born in the same household as you or outside it. You must not have sexual contact with your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter, because their nakedness is your own nakedness. You must not have sexual contact with the daughter of your father's wife, who was born in your father's family. She is your sister. You must not have sexual contact with your father's sister. She is your father's blood relative. You must not have sexual contact with your mother's sister, because she is your mother's blood relative. You must not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother. That is, you will not approach his wife for sex. She is your aunt. You must not have sexual contact with your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. You must not have sexual contact with her. You must not uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife. It is your brother's nakedness. You must not have sexual contact with a woman and her daughter. You will not marry her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter, thereby uncovering her nakedness. They are her blood relatives. It is shameful. You must not marry your wife's sister as a rival and have sexual contact with her while her sister is alive. You must not approach a woman for sexual contact during her menstrual uncleanness. You must not have sexual relations with the wife of your fellow Israelite, becoming unclean by it. You must not give any of your children to offer them to Molech, so that you do not defile your God's name. I am the Lord. You must not have sexual intercourse with a man as you would with a woman. It is a detestable practice. You will not have sexual relations with any animal, becoming unclean by it. Nor will a woman present herself before an animal to mate with it. It is a perversion. Do not make yourselves unclean in any of these ways, because that is how the nations that I'm throwing out before you became unclean. That is also how the land became unclean, and I held it liable for punishment, and the land vomited out its inhabitants. For all of you must keep my rules and regulations. You must not do any of these detestable things, neither citizen or immigrant who lives with you, because the people who had the land before you did all these detestable things, and the land became unclean, so that the land does not vomit you out, because you have made it unclean, just as it vomited out the nations that were before you. Anyone who does these detestable things will be cut off from their people. You must keep my requirement of not doing any of the detestable practices that were done before you arrived, so that you don't make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. It's Leviticus 18. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy, beginning with chapter 9. Give you a few seconds to go there. It's Deuteronomy 9 we're starting with. Okay. Listen, Israel, today you will cross the Jordan River to enter and take possession of nations larger and more powerful than you, along with huge cities with fortifications that reach to the sky. These people are large and tall. They are the Anakim. You know and have heard what people say, who can stand up to the Anakim? No, know right now that the Lord your God who is crossing over before you is an all-consuming fire. He will wipe them out. He will subdue them before you. Then you will take possession of their land, eliminating them quickly, exactly as the Lord told you. Once the Lord your God has driven them out before you, don't think to yourself, it's because I'm righteous that the Lord brought me in to possess this land. It's instead because of the nations, or these nations' wickedness, that the Lord is removing them before you. You aren't entering and taking possession of the land because you are righteous or because your heart is especially virtuous. Rather, it is because these nations are wicked. That's why the Lord your God is removing them before you, and because he wishes to establish the promise he made to your ancestors, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Know that the Lord your God isn't giving you this excellent land for you to possess on account of your righteousness, because you are a stubborn people. Remember, don't ever forget how you made the Lord your God furious in the wilderness. From the very first day you stepped out of Egypt until you arrived at this place, you have been rebels against the Lord. Even at Horeb, you angered the Lord. He was so enraged by you that he threatened to wipe you out. When I went up on the mountain to get the stone tablets, the covenant tablets that the Lord made with you, I was up there 40 days and 40 nights. I ate no bread, drank no water. The Lord gave me the 2 stone tablets written by God's finger, and on them were all the words that the Lord has said to you on the mountain, out on the very fire itself, on the day we assembled. On the end of those 40 days and nights, the Lord gave me 2 stone tablets, the covenant tablets. And the Lord said to me, get going, get down from here quickly, because your people, whom you brought out of Egypt, have ruined everything. They couldn't wait to turn from the path I commanded them. They made themselves an idol out of cast metal. The Lord said more to me, I've seen these people. Look, what a stubborn people they are. Now stand back, I'm going to wipe them out. I will erase their name from under heaven. Then I will make a nation out of you, one stronger and larger than they were. So I went down to the mountain while it was blazing with fire. The 2 covenant tablets were in my 2 hands. It was then I saw how you sinned against the Lord your God. You made yourselves a calf, an idol made out of cast metal. You couldn't wait to turn from the path the Lord commanded you. I grabbed the 2 tablets and threw them down with my own hands, shattering them while you watched. Then I fell before the Lord as I've done the previous 40 days and 40 nights. I ate no bread and drank no water, all because of the sin that you had committed by doing such evil in the Lord's sight, infuriating him. I was afraid of the massive anger and rage that the Lord had for you. He was going to wipe you out. Again, however, the Lord listened to me again in that moment. The Lord was furious with Aaron. He was going to wipe him out. So I prayed hard for Aaron at that time. And as for the sinful thing you made, that calf, I took it and burned it with fire. Then I smashed it, grinding it thoroughly until it was fine. It was as fine as dust. Then I dumped the dust into the stream that ran down the mountain. Also at Tabarat, again at Massah, and then at Kibroth Hatava. Again, forgive me, I'll get the pronunciations wrong. You have been the kind of people who made the Lord angry. And then when the Lord sent you from Kadesh Barnea, telling you, go up and take possession of the land I'm giving you, you disobeyed the Lord your God's command. You didn't trust him. You didn't obey God's voice. You've been you're rebellious towards the Lord from the day I met you. But I fell on my knees in the Lord's presence 40 days and 40 nights, lying flat out, because the Lord planned on wiping you out. But I prayed to the Lord. I said, Lord, my Lord, don't destroy your people, your own possession, whom you saved by your own power, whom you brought out of Egypt with a strong hand. Remember your servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Don't focus on this people's stubbornness, wickedness, and sin. Otherwise, that land out of which you brought us will say the Lord wasn't strong enough to bring them into the land he promised for them, because he didn't care for them, and at least he brought them out to die in the desert. But these are your people, your own possession, the people you brought out of your great power and by your outstretched arm. It's Deuteronomy 9. Part 3, I'll be back with at least Deuteronomy 30 and 32. You're listening to The Corner with E-Dub. I'll be right back.